Hi, my friend. I'm Duduit. I'm an author, a writer, a speaker, and a blogger, and I'm your faith discovery guide. Welcome to Dell's Discoveries. These videos hold the secrets that I've discovered about people of faith successfully overcoming their challenges, their hardships, and creating a better life for themselves and others around them as well. Thanks for joining me, and together, let's uncover today's discovery. Who are you? Does what you do matter? Are you important? Do you think you're important? You know, that was one of the topics that I discussed with Ben Zobrist when I was doing research for this book, Dugout Devotions, Inspirational Hits from MLB's Best. I sat down with Ben, had a great talk about some of his struggles, because in 2016 he was on the baseball's top of the world. You know, he helped the Cubs break that 108-year-old drought without a World Series. You know, his double in the 10th inning, it brought in the go-ahead run and brought the title back to Wrigleyville. You know, he batted .357 in that series and won the World Series Most Valuable Player Award. Everybody loved Ben Zobrist. Everybody wanted a picture with him, his autograph, articles written, newspapers, you know, radio shows and everything. He was in high demand. And the next year, he kind of struggled. Nothing because of his fault. He battled injuries, so that hampered his production. And fans the year before, you know, were singing his praises. Now they were getting a little frustrated with him because he wasn't as productive as he was the year before. In fact, there were a couple of times he was even booed. You know, he talked about that. He says, you know, I've been the highest of the high and I've been the lowest of the lows. And it's easy to get wrapped up in who you are on the ball field. He was a big star. Everybody wanted a picture with him, autographs. He says he likes that, but he has to keep himself in check about who he really is. And he's a Christian who happens to play baseball. That's his job. So he has to keep that in perspective and priority about who he really is. Because he says, you know, he could be anything he wants through Christ. And I've never been to that high level. I have won some national writing awards, and I've thought to myself at times, hey, I'm a pretty big time here. But then I put out something in a national magazine that has a mistake in it, and everybody sees it, and I'm like, oh gosh. So then I'm down to my lowest of the low. So something that I discovered is that you can't get wrapped up in who you are. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your work, but you can't let it go to your head, and you can't get wrapped up in that identity. Because at the end of the day, I'm just an ordinary guy who's happy to use my writing abilities to glorify God. And you can do the same thing, no matter what job you hold. If it's really viewed important in the world, that's great. If it's not viewed as important in the world, it doesn't matter, because what matters is God loves you and God's given you that job. And you may not have a job and you're struggling to find it. Still, keep your identity in the Lord, because He'll take care of you. And that's what I discovered. And if you like that example, there's one of many like that in this book, Dugout Devotions, Inspirational Hits from MLB's Best. You can find it at newhopepublishers.com. You can find it at Barnes & Noble or Books A Million or wherever books are sold. You can also find it on Amazon. And if you like it, I'd like for you to leave me a nice review. So we'll see you next time on Dell's Discoveries. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Dell's Discovery. As we look at others overcoming adversity, we gain knowledge on how we might improve our own lives. If you're blessed by this video, hit the thumbs up button and please subscribe to my channel. See you next time on Dell's Discovery.